Hello, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is going to be titled, Putting Out Someone Else's Flame Doesn't Make Your Flame Burn Brighter. But for title purposes, it's going to be titled Someone's Flame. Anyways, let's get into this. A lot of the time, people will try to put others down, and that's what that saying means. It means that putting others down isn't going to make you better, Fat shaming somebody and telling someone that they're a disgusting fat piece of shit and that they're disgusting and ugly isn't going to make you any thinner. It's not going to make you lose weight. It's not going to make you any better. And, a lot of the time people think that bullying people will make them feel better and it makes them feel more powerful or, it makes them feel more tough. But bullying people isn't going to make your life any better, If you bully somebody, it's not going to make you get a better job or it's not going to make you get more ahead in life, Putting someone down doesn't pick you up. And that's literally what the saying means. And I see this so much in society nowadays where, someone will be saying something or someone will be doing something and then someone else will come around and be very disrespectful to them and put them down. And it doesn't add anything to the situation. People just like to talk shit to people and, it's awful. And this is something that I've said before. And I remember when I said this to people, it's awful because I remember, God, this story really just shows you that I'm about to say how screwed we are as a society. But, oh, Lord, here we go. I remember I was saying to people online, because if you be honest with yourself or others, a lot of bullying nowadays doesn't really take place in person. Obviously it does, but I feel like a lot of it is now online because a lot of people are cowards and they won't say things to people's faces. So they feel comfortable bullying people online because they don't have to be held accountable for their actions. So I was in a group chat and I was explaining to people that bullying people or like putting people down, putting out their flame, thinking it's going to make yours burn brighter, that can have very serious consequences. If someone, what happens if you put down someone or, you put out their candle flame thinking it's going to make yours burn brighter, like I said, and let's say that person kills themselves. Like maybe they had a really bad day and they went on the internet and they were like, on their last straw or on their last leg, and something that you said to put them down made them take their own life. Well, now you're going to be held responsible. And I remember I said that in the group chat. I'm like, be careful with what you say because people really could take their own life, and you are responsible for your own words and what you say to people, and you need to be held responsible for what you say. You need to be nice. And they all thought it was a huge joke. They were laughing at me. They thought that it was stupid. They didn't think that it meant anything. They didn't think it was real or true or whatever. And it was just a huge fucking joke to them. So they really didn't see any importance of what I said. And that really just goes to show you that people don't really give a shit, If they're not the ones being bullied or they're not the ones being fucked with, then they don't really care what's going on or what's being said. But it's always a joke until it happens to you. It's always a joke and it's always not that serious until it happens to someone that you love or it happens to you yourself. So I don't understand why people put others down for no reason, thinking it's going to make them, their candle burn brighter, like I've said many times now. I think it's more, just human nature to do that. I think that as humans, we're just predisposed to that kind of stuff. And, I think it also has to do with how you're raised as a person. And, I've made an episode already called Insults or Navigating Insults and how to respond to them. But, I'm making this video. Ugh, tongue tied. I'm making this video because I'm on this Facebook group, and it's called Exposing Narcissists, and people share their stories with dealing with narcissism and stuff. And a lot of people on that page are very toxic. And I saw, from my own experience, that a lot of people on there that are calling out other narcissists are pretty narcissistic themselves. And there's been a lot of like nasty and toxic comments on the page. And, I started people just putting down other people, putting out their flame, thinking it's going to make theirs burn brighter. And I even made a post on the page about that. And, it just made me want to make a video because I see it so much. And, you're always going to have people like that. You're always going to have people that put others down thinking it's going to make them feel better. I made a episode about that, about fat shaming. People think shaming me is going to make them better or make them feel like more of a human being or whatever. But it really doesn't. And it really goes to show you who they are as a person, Be careful because people have a way of exposing themselves. So don't say too much. Let them speak. Let them talk. And eventually they will show you who they truly are. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Signing out. Have a good one, guys.